Someone recently asked me, what kind of self talk would you say to yourself after falling into bad habits and losing momentum after crushing it for a few days or so? And so everyone falls into this. Have treated myself not so nicely before, but we all get that kind of voice in our heads where we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So this person is saying that they have said things like, "You're so prone to fuck ups. Every time you take a step forward, it's like taking 9 steps back. Why even continue trying? Like it's futile." Or they've also said, anyone else in your situation would be equally bent out of shape about the quality of your life. Or having fun living in a world that's not designed for you, nor will it ever be adaptable for you. And so those are some pretty harsh things. And when we're trying to accomplish, our tasks or our goals in life, then sometimes we want to spur ourselves on and we have our own motivations for that. But my answer to that, specifically for me, what I do, what I've done for a while now, is the very first thing is I'd say to myself, even if that were true at this moment, what's one thing in my control that I can do as soon as possible to change my result next time? So what I try to do is I remember who I am. So my principles and values. So it's the work of knowing yourself and just who you are on a regular basis. So you're not a failure. This thing that you did not accomplish, is not entirely you. There's much more to you. Another thing I remind myself of is that I've done difficult things before. So I can tell myself I can do difficult things. I may have not been so great today. I may have missed out on my habits, or I just screwed up when I've been so good for so long. But you know what? I'm human and I'm reinforcing this skill. I'm strengthening this muscle of being great at this habit that I'm building. I would also tell myself, well, I would also then decide what to do and feel in the moment that I'm telling that to myself. So if I'm feeling that I really screwed up, if that I'm a failure, if I'm feeling failureness or whatever it is, and it's really holding me back, instead of dwelling in it and just letting it drag me and, all of the results I would create over the next few days or weeks, I would look at it for a few seconds, feel it. So if I'm feeling bad, I'll feel bad, feel harsh, I'll feel harsh, but then I would decide what to do with it. I would decide if I'm going to let this continue pushing me around. And I'm going to decide if I'm going to give myself grace to feel what I feel, but also decide, okay, this is what I could do productively for myself. I can decide if I need a rest, if I just need to relax, if I just need to calm down, if I just need to do nothing, and then reinforce my positivity and just rest so I could go back and try again. But that's a decision. So this all boils down to the habit of how you pick yourself back up. And if you don't have this habit, you're going to keep running into walls and you're going to keep being pushed around by the wall, keep bouncing off really hard. But if you're reinforcing this habit, if you're making sure that you're treating yourself well, or I should say, even better over time, if you're building this muscle over time, you're going to know that whatever hits you, whether it's something small or something really big, it hits you as an individual, or hits your family, or if it hits your entire company, you're going to be able to withstand it and you're going to be able to move through it. And better yet, you're going to be able to decide how you move. And that's where you want to be. So remember that. Treat yourself with more respect than you're giving yourself. Give yourself grace because you deserve it. And also remember, you are not your failures. You are so much more than that. So just give yourself a reminder.